Hey guys, welcome back. It has been a minute since I actually got on and filmed. The last video that I uploaded, I actually filmed like almost 2 months ago. So I wanted to catch you guys up to speed with what's been going on and do my makeup while I do. So if I'm being totally transparent, we were dealing with a bit of a family crisis. Probably the scariest thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and nothing that I ever thought I would be going through. By the way, for primer, I'm using the Mercier. It's the Pure Canvas Primer in Hydrating. I absolutely love this. But yes, going through a family crisis, we are kind of at like the tail end of things. Things are getting better, so I actually feel like comfortable and like I'm coming back to myself again. That's why I'm filming, because I feel like I can share a little bit at this point. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the NARS. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I'm wearing shade Vienna. So this whole situation has been going on for a while now. Did not expect it to be happening for, over a month, but it is what it is. We're getting through it. We are so fortunate that we were able to have family here during everything, just like supporting us and being here for us, which I can't even like wrap my head around how grateful I am for that, especially because we are living overseas, and for family members to take so much time off of work and, step away from their real life for a month and a half is kind of a big deal. So I'm incredibly grateful for them and for the support system that we have, and just everyone that has like showed up during this time to offer like a helping hand or do whatever they could during this situation. So yeah, super grateful. And like, as horrible as things have been lately, I just keep telling myself it can be worse. Like, it can be worse. Previously, when I was planning our wedding in the US, which was supposed to take place on June 21st, it ended up getting postponed because of everything that was going on, which is just like a whole nother layer to this whole story. But previously, when I was planning, I felt so much stress. I felt like I was carrying the world on my shoulders, like trying to work, trying to do this, trying to be a good wife, good friend, and just kind of like do all the things and plan a wedding from overseas. Little did I know our life was going to be turned completely upside down, and that would have been the absolute least of my worries. Like, looking back on it in retrospect, I feel like the whole wedding planning thing was a walk in the park. It was sunshine and daisies compared to what we're going through currently. So it also put a lot of things into perspective for me, what to be grateful for, how to just take my time and enjoy things like that instead of stressing over it. And I've definitely talked about this before, but it's so easy to get wrapped up in like the stressors of an activity that's supposed to be so important and we put so much pressure on, instead of just like appreciating the moment and everything that we get to do. Now I'm using a concealer. I talk about this one all the time. It's the Too Faced Born This Way, the multi-use sculpting concealer, and this one is in shade Snow. So we have not yet picked a new date for the wedding. We know that we definitely want to do it this year, and we're starting to look at potential dates, but I think since we're still going through the whole process with what's been happening, we just need a little bit more time to figure out like what that looks like, how soon, we'll be ready for it emotionally, time-wise, and then still respecting that we have to give people enough notice. So at this point in time, we have notified obviously all of the vendors for the wedding. We've notified all of the guests who RSVP'd, and I haven't even really opened up and shared what's going on with anyone except for my immediate family. Things are just way too like sensitive and personal right now, and kind of keeping up with like answering people's questions all the time and checking in for updates. It's just too heavy. It's too much. Like, I've just been trying to make it to the other side, get through everything, and then we can celebrate, and the story will be told at a later date. But as of right now, it's just too much of a delicate situation to really give so much information to everyone. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to open up about completely with you guys, maybe over time. And part of me feels bad withholding things from, especially the people that like were coming to our wedding. You know, it was kind of a big deal. They had travel plans, arrangements, we're close with them, and not being able to open up and share what's going on. But I know at some point we will. And at that time, they'll understand why we did not disclose so much information. So I really just have to make peace with that. I have to make peace with the fact that this is a private affair, and I'm grateful that things are being resolved. I'm grateful for our health and our families. And like I said, things can always be worse. So I'm just trying to keep a positive mindset at this point, move forward, get through this, and eventually become stronger because of it. Okay, next I'm going to set my under eyes with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish pressed powder in shade 1. And then I'm going to bake underneath my eyes with the Mercier translucent setting powder. Next, I'm going to take the GloWish Luminous pressed powder in 03 Light. This one's by Huda Beauty. And I only put this in the areas where I apply bronzer. So along like my cheeks, my forehead, and I try to stay away from the areas where I have enlarged pores because I feel like it just doesn't work well with giving a more mattified look in those areas. I also like to pull this one down my neck because it's slightly pigmented and it gives a really nice like subtle glow as well. I can't tell you guys how excited I am to go back to the US. I think we're gonna be here in Dubai for at least like the next month, and then I think we'll go ahead over to the US and kind of like restart up the wedding planning process, and then potentially just stay there until the wedding. But there are so many things I miss about the US, like aside from obviously being so close to family and friends, that taking priority as number one, especially after this whole life experience. It's just made me like value my family and my friends so much more. I can't wait to be living there again and just be able to see them as often as I want. Okay, after I do the base of my face, I like to go in with the Mercier. This is like a velour puff, and I just press everything in, and it gives a really nice like airbrushed kind of look and just helps to seal everything into the skin. For bronzer, I'm using the NARS Matte Laguna. I love this. It's such a classic. It's such a good summer color too. Oh, if you guys haven't noticed, I've literally never filmed my makeup in this bathroom. I always do my skincare in here, but I just could not deal with the lighting in my makeup room. This place was already furnished when we moved in, and there was like a room that was kind of utilized as a dressing room slash like giant closet slash glam room, and it was perfect. Like when we saw this house, it felt like destiny. But the setup for filming is definitely not up to par. I really just can't handle the poor lighting. I need to figure out some kind of situation, like maneuver things around, because it really feels like such a waste. Like it's such a beautiful space, and the fact that I can't even film with proper light in there, I feel like it's just such a bad excuse not to use it. So we need to fix that. But in the meantime, we are back in the bathroom. But I'm happy to be back. I felt like I was in such a flow with filming regularly and just kind of like staying on with you guys. And I was really loving like filming content and building this community with you all. So I apologize for falling off. I'm happy to be back. But in all honesty, I just was not in the mental space where I could sit down and film a video and pretend like there was nothing going on. Like I genuinely felt day by day that I wasn't living, I was just surviving. I was like just making it through. So to sit down in front of the camera and open up to the world or just like pretend like nothing was going on just wasn't an option for me. And also we had our families here, so we had a full house of people, and yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It just didn't feel right. Like I felt like I had to be present for what was going on fully and completely every single day, and that was just taking up so much of my energy, so much of like anything I had to give. But I don't want to complain or dwell. I just wanted to get on and kind of like catch you guys up and let you know there's been a lot happening, and that's why I have not been present. So I just applied this glow powder by GUERLAIN. This is the Terracotta Light. I talk about this one all the time. I'm obsessed. It's one thing in my routine that I always use. And then I just like to take a fluffy brush and kind of blend things in, give a more like seamless look so there's no harsh lines. And then blush. I'm always kind of like afraid to use this one because it's so pigmented, but it's so beautiful. This is the MAC Burnt Pepper. So I have to be like super light on the application with this because she is not subtle. And I always just do like a light sweep on my forehead, my nose, just to tie everything together and give it a more natural look. And also on my eyelids and kind of like pulling upwards. For eyeshadow, I usually just use like my bronzers and my blush. That's like my typical day to day, but I thought I would switch it up. I'm gonna go in with this palette by STYLENANDA. It's a Korean brand. I got it when I was there visiting, and this is #smoother. This is the 3CE multi-eye color palette, and it's just like beautiful neutral colors. I'm gonna go in with the shade in the middle. It's kind of like a neutral, warmish brown. Another reason that I am so excited to go back to the US is because it's so incredibly hot here in Dubai right now. The average day is around 110 currently. So we basically spend all of our time indoors in the house, or we'll go to like an indoor shopping mall, which they have a surplus of here. Like you cannot drive 15 minutes without running into a giant shopping mall. That's usually the alternative if we're looking for something to do on the weekend and whatnot. But honestly, with everything going on, we've just been homebodies. Complete and total homebodies. I'm also gonna use this like rosy clay color on the side. Also during summers here, it's much more typical for people to leave during summer and go elsewhere because of the heat. So I'd say most of my friends have left Dubai at this point. So it's just one more reason. I forgot my eyebrow stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. There were multiple things that I was missing. For my eyebrows, I want to go pretty natural, so I'm just going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. This is in shade 1, and it's just super easy to sweep over, still get like a filled brow, but it's not like so harshly lined. I used to be like a true minimalist when it came to my eyebrows. I felt like I could just kind of like get away with not filling them, or just not filling them often, and going in with like a brow gel, just like a super natural look, which I still do. But now when I do my makeup, I feel like I'm kind of all in to the fact that like if I'm gonna do my brows, if I'm gonna do my makeup, I'm gonna do my brows. And also it frames your entire face. It really does make a difference. And there's also ways to make it look natural while still giving your eyebrows and that part of your face more definition, which is why I love this product so much. I'm just gonna let it dry down for a minute before I go in with the Brow Freeze Gel. I started using this brow gel like I'd say 3 months ago. Previously I was using the Anastasia brow gel, and I have to say, you guys, this stuff, if you need like a stronger hold, knocks the other one out of the park. So thank you, Anastasia, for creating such an incredible formulation. I was a diehard fan with the brow gel, but now I'm fully converted and I'm obsessed. Before I put on my mascara or my lips, I'm gonna put on a setting spray. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury. Last time I tried using this, it literally like nuked me in the face. So let's see how this goes. Oh my god, it's so violent. What is happening? Okay, we're not using that. So all my other ones are in the other room. So I'm just gonna go in with the Delba First Spray Serum. This one is amazing on top of makeup, under makeup, just on skin. It's one of my favorites. Look at that like facial glow, you guys. Stunning. For mascara, I'm using my favorite. This is the Lancome Hypnose Drama. I do need to re-up on this one soon. Okay, this is something I have not used in a while, so I'm gonna pull her out of the dust. This is the MAC Eye Kohl, like eye pencil. It's in shade Fascinating. It's just like a pure white for like a brighter eye kind of effect. So I'm just gonna use this on my waterline. It's just like the perfect hack if you want to look a bit more awake. It really like opens the eyes up. And then before I go in with lip liner, I'm just taking off this lip mask that I put on earlier so they're not all dry. Another thing with this heat is my lips have never been so chapped in my life. Like, it doesn't even compare to winters in the Midwest. Also, I can't even tell you guys the last time I went to go get my hair done. I mean, obviously, when you're dealing with a crisis, you're not running off to the salon to go get your hair colored. But like prior to that all happening, I was already pushing it. Like, it was a couple months in that I could definitely go get my hair colored and cut for sure. I already know my hairdresser is going to be like, what's wrong with this girl? She's so inconsistent. I'm either traveling, I'm dealing with something that takes me away for months at a time. Like, I feel like I can never just get in a routine of going every set, like weeks or months or whatever it may be. I'm so inconsistent with getting my hair done. Okay, I didn't bring a lipstick. Oh, yes I did. Okay, on top I'm gonna use the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm, and this is in Fast Lane. It's like a super glossy, smooth tinted lipstick, which is why they call it a lip balm, because it's more like moisturizing, but I love it. All right, you guys, and that is my look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, sorry for being offline for so long. I've just been dealing with a lot, but I'm super happy to be back and be filming and sharing with you guys. If there's anything new that you guys want to see from me, just leave a comment down below and let me know. But I hope you guys have a great day. Again, so happy to be back, and I will see you in the next video.